So to put things in context, so Claire sent me a list of her researchers using the facility in the past many years. So from that list, what we did is, this is a list of names that we received, and we needed to translate it into a Word of Science query type. So we used Excel to do some transformation over the name so that it can be done automatically for each person, and translated it into a query for each name, and then translated it into a document that contains all the query, like hundreds of names, within the same string of characters. So I don't show you all here. So that can be used directly into Web of Science, and I'm going to switch to my web browser. Sorry, I need to share a different screen that I need to open at the right page. Here we are. So hold on. It's always like that, you know, when you do it for real, there's always a bit of delay. Here we are. Okay. So here is when I have that connection to University of Montreal library. And this is what you can see. If you have no login authorization, this is not, you don't have access to that. So for Web of Science, you can do a simple search that you used to, but for today's sake, we're going to go to advanced search. And I already copy and paste the document I sent you into the query part that can read the language of the database. So you have all the acronyms that you might need on the other side. And if you need more information, you have very comprehensive tools in any of the databases. So I do my search. So here you can see there's a lot of results. And obviously, most of the names that we've had here need to be disambiguated. We need to do some disambiguation, meaning that there's many people that can answer to those names. So the first thing we're going to do is to refine the results. It seems pretty straightforward. So we're going to go first to the affiliations. And we're going to select anything from McGill, assuming we took the assumption that here all the users are from McGill, maybe not, but for the sake of the demonstration today, that we'll do. So we select all and refine. And now we have 14,000 papers, which is more amenable. I'm going to also select for dates because the facility was created around 2008. Maybe not exactly, but that will do for the demo today. So I select the dates I want so that it will pick up only the one that could be relevant for Claire. If it was before the facilities, there's no real point on having them. So you can refine. This is simple refine. So the tools are pretty straightforward. And I decided that I would like to look only, for example, at articles. Just to show you the type of documents you can have. You have articles, meetings abstract, review articles, proceeding papers, some book chapters, some book reviews, and other types of data. So I'm just going to focus on the article. So with that kind of volume of data, all of a sudden you get access to the citation report with that type of access. If you get more than 10,000 results, you cannot do that. So you need to do several sequential research to get access to that. Once you have something like that, you can go to, for example, analyze results, and you can look at different types of graphs that you can download as is or export the raw data there in a table so that you can do your own figures. And you have lots of different categories. You have the types of documents. You have the authors, so you can see who are the main authors in those groups of publication, the funding agencies, mostly Canadians. We're at McGill, so, and so on and so forth. And if you go back to the search results, you have access to what is called the citation report. And this is where you can see over the whole group of articles selected, how they evolve over time. So here, I don't know why Web of Science put first the oldest one and the most recent there. But as expected, the most recent doesn't gather much citation yet because it's just half of 2022 right now. So out of that, you could decide to export everything with all the citations, or you can also randomly select articles and find the ones that might have microscopy in it. So if you work with a bibliometric lab, you have a lot more information. You will get access to acknowledgements and so on and so forth. But for that one, we don't. So there's a limitation. You cannot export more than 1,000 publications at a time. So it can be a bit cumbersome. But at the end of the day, you can export in Excel and text. And if you export in text file, then it gives you access to very advanced tools. I don't do a demo of those ones today because of time and I need to know better how to use them. But you can look at network viewers like this one. There are others. I will put the references in the following up document. And you can look at data like that. So this is the kind of things I'm going to do for Claire, is to see the network of publications that are in our users network. And if you go back to here, I'd like to do a last refine and to see if we can find Claire in the authors. And I'm just going to write it. It's Bronze CM, right, Claire?
Yes.
So if we refine, now we can see her publication linked to the users or not. Not sure they're all yours, but that's a way to go down, and then you can do it the exact same thing, analyze the result and citation report for the bank of articles. So this is the kind of things you can do. Most of the time with this kind of access, you need to extract the data in text format usually, but you can do a lot of very great work in Excel with Tableau Croisé Dynamique. I forgot the name in English. Well, you see what I mean. I hope. Sorry?
Pivot table.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, it's more complicated in French. I don't know why I remember only the French word, but and with this kind of tools, you can already do a lot. But so when you look at viewer, you can do lots of different applications. You can do semantic search, so it will be very useful for looking at the name of the instruments, for example. You can connect names of the author with country, with dates, so you can do also matrix. So there's a lot of things you can analyze and pick up potential interesting data and things that you didn't know, right, beforehand. So that's it for me. I'm going to stop sharing.